I should have anticipated the performance, the superior half-smile, the tug at a bespoke lapel, the pause before the punchline meant for his underachieving sister. "Still keeping that little shop afloat, Mara?" Lucas asked, rolling a single malt. We were at my parents' monthly dinner, which stopped being a gathering long ago. The walnut table that survived 2 decades of Grant family contests bore another formal spread. Another chance for Lucas, youngest partner at Whitman & Klein, Boston's crown law firm, to exhibit pedigree. I glanced at my plain black dress and let a small smile tilt. "Still running it," I said. "Fascinating," he drawled, meaning the opposite. "Remind me, some kind of online hobby?" My mother, Helen, sent the anxious look. In her world, success wears crest rings and signs club ledgers. My father, Robert, burnished his pride like silver. "E-commerce infrastructure," I said, cutting into a perfect steak. "We help brands scale." Lucas laughed, that honed, dismissive bark. "Right, the dorm room dropship thing. At least it keeps you busy." I thought of the term sheets on my desk, approvals queued for morning, the rollout that would tilt continents. I said nothing. Timing is oxygen. "Lucas just made partner," my father announced again, as though the chandelier needed wattage. "You're looking at the firm's rainmaker," Lucas added. "Tomorrow we announce our biggest client yet, tech titan, game changer." I swallowed water to hide a smile, if only he knew. "Perhaps your brother can help formalize your business," Mom offered. "Make it legitimate." "I'm managing," I said. "Managing isn't thriving," Lucas cut in. "When you're ready to kill the lights, first consult's free." I set down my fork. "Actually, I may need a firm for expansion." 5 years earlier, I carried a banker's box out of Whitman & Klein, with condolences nipping at my heels. Lucas leaned in his doorway, smirk polished. "At least you tried, Mara." He didn't see the patent in the box, the notebook of equations, or the map to a secure suite 2 buildings over. The strip mall was camouflage. Inside the real space, 5 of us overlooked rewired commerce. We built a switching layer that moved transactions 50 times faster and authenticated with near-perfect fidelity. When our test rig lit at 3:07 a.m., I phoned our first investor, Lila Chen. "It works," I whispered. "How much?" she asked. $20 million to start." "Done." We named it Aurora Grid and let it grow in silence. No press, no panels, only NDAs and uptime. While my family visited the decoy office with plastic ferns and a squeaky chair, the true floor, 40th, Harbor View, filled with engineers in 12 languages shipping code that held economies steady. Mom would call, "Your brother's arguing before the appellate bench." I'd be signing a sovereign client. Dad would ask if I needed resume tips. I'd be turning down an acquisition from a company that rhymes with Amazon. When expansion demanded a top-flight firm, the shortlist wrote itself. Whitman & Klein fit the brief. Choosing Lucas's house wasn't vengeance, it was symmetry. Through a holding company, Argent North, we opened talks. Condition 1, unveil the CEO only in the first official meeting. By last week, our numbers were absurd. Global throughput, government contracts, a valuation that made corner offices feel like dollhouses. I still drove the Volvo often. It annoyed Lucas in a way I never tired of. Tomorrow, their conference room would learn my name. Whitman & Klein's top floor gleamed. I arrived in my simple black dress, Argent North badge warm in my hand. Lucas stood in the lobby with partners clustered. He smirked. "Service elevators around back, Mara." I swiped into the executive lift. The conference room was all glass and harbor. Senior partners rose. Lucas hurried in. "Once the CEO of Argent North arrives..." "She's here," I said, taking the head chair. Silence fell. "I'm Mara Grant, founder and CEO of Aurora Grid, operating through Argent North." The wall lit with our numbers. Global throughput, sovereign contracts. Someone breathed, "Good God." Lucas stared. "You, drive a Volvo." "Great mileage," I said. "Shall we talk terms?" I walked them through the roadmap. Compliance in 32 jurisdictions, IP protections, antitrust posture, the $3. $2 billion, first phase. When they proposed Lucas to lead, I shook my head. History clouds judgment. I need your best neutral team. The managing partner nodded. Papers slid, pens clicked, signatures landed. Done. Downstairs, the news had already broken. My phone trembled. Mom's exclamation points, Dad's links. I stepped into a bright winter noon. That evening, my parents waited at the walnut table as if it could still referee us. Mom's voice was small. "Why didn't you tell us?" "I wanted to build it before we applauded it," I said, "to prove it was real." Lucas arrived last. He set his keys down. "I was cruel," he said. "I'm sorry." "I was patient," I answered. We ate in a quiet like weather passing. After dessert, Dad lifted his glass. "To Mara," he said, "who thrives." Outside, my Volvo winked under the streetlight, ordinary and perfect. Inside, my brother finally saw me truly.